Hello everybody, this is an astrological forecast for Capricorn for November 2013 and also applies if you have a Capricorn ascendant. So my Capricorns, much happening in your relationships, in your work, in your finances, in your home. It's all going on. Of course, we've got Pluto in your sign, and many of you are very well aware of that. Many of you are feeling as though your life is kind of going slowly. It's not moving fast enough. Things are almost like a feeling as though you would like to turbocharge things, and things are not really moving as fast as you'd like them to. Well, on the 3rd of November, we have a solar eclipse, new moon in Scorpio, and it's going to be happening in your 11th house. And as you can see, that's quite a heavily populated house this month, with the Sun, Mercury, Saturn and the moon coming there. So a solar eclipse really has an effect for up to 6 months afterwards. And as it's falling in this 11th house for you Capricorns, you may find that you're questioning some of your friendships. You might be re-evaluating some of them. Some of them you may find that these people are really not what you had imagined, not what you'd hoped for. Integrity is a big thing for you in relationships, and you may find that some of these people didn't have the high standards of integrity that you have. So some friendships to be ending. You may also find that your circle of friends is to change over this next 6-month period. That the kinds of people you want to associate with and be around is changing. It's also a wonderful time to plan any kind of tour. If you're going to go speaking, or you're going to present yourself or present something, it's a very good time for that. It's also going to be an interesting time for working with other people, with groups of people. You may find yourself working in a team. Capricorns, very often you like to be the boss of the team, the leader of the team. These energies may find you maybe making some compromises and working quite effectively with other people. With the Sun and Saturn in this 11th house as well, it's a good time to be re-evaluating your dreams, your wishes, your goals. Capricorns, very often you're like the goat. You're climbing up, you want to feel you're climbing towards something. You might need to re-evaluate those goals, because we've got Mercury retrograde for the first 10 days of the month, still retrograde, and you might be re-evaluating what you're going for, what you're aiming for, what it is you want in a relationship, what it is you want in your work, in your finances, in your spiritual life, in your life with other people, in your friendships. All this is coming for a re-evaluation, and some friendships may well die during this time, and you'll know which ones they are, because these are maybe people that have been drifting out of your life. But there'll be opportunities for new people to come in as well, new people who are more in alignment with the vibration that you're at right now in your life. And always with a solar eclipse, there's always the other house, the opposite house, being affected. Because we are very much attracted to opposites, very often. Capricorn, you can be very businesslike, very serious, very responsible, and your opposite is Cancer, the water sign. Very sensitive. People don't realize very often how sensitive Capricorns are. But your opposite is Cancer, and you want to nurture and love, and you want that gentleness and softness in your life. And here we've got the opposite coming with this moon energy, will be coming in your 5th house. So it's balancing for you, Capricorns, some more enjoyment in your life, some more creativity, allowing that to come through, as well as those serious, responsible things that you always take on. Because you're a natural for being responsible and often taking on more than your fair share. Now, on the 5th of the month, well, the first 4 days of the month, we've got Venus in your 12th house. Wonderful time for meditation, for doing things in quiet space, maybe some yoga, for having a retreat, a sanctuary. Wonderful for that. And then the very big event of this month is the fact that Venus, planet of love and money, comes into your sign, Capricorn, joining Pluto. So it's going to take a little bit of the heaviness away from the Pluto, a bit of the seriousness away. And what's unusual about it is that that Venus is going to be there for 4 months, until March the 5th of 2014. It's unusual because Venus normally stays in a sign for maybe about 3 or 4 weeks, not 4 months. The reason for that is that she's going retrograde next month, and I'll discuss it in next month's forecast in more detail for you. But it's in your sign. It's going to make you more attractive to other people. It's going to make easier relationships. Some of your relationships haven't been easy lately. It's going to alleviate things. It's going to make you, it could bring new love into your life. No question about that. It can reignite an old love, can come back into your life. You may also find yourself presenting yourself differently. The way you look, the way you dress, the way you do your hair, everything about you changing during this transit of Venus in this first house. Because you are transforming, Capricorns. You're going through a huge transformation until Capricorn, the end of this Pluto transit in Capricorn, and until 2023. It's going on for another decade. But this Venus energy here, it's softening things, it's softening you. It's bringing that gentler side of you, and any kind of conflict that you've had, any kind of disagreement that you've had, you should be able to resolve it more easily during this transit of Venus through your first house. Now, on the 17th of November, as I said, we have the opposites. So we've got the solar eclipse here on the 3rd, and on the 17th we have a full moon in Taurus, in your 5th house. And this shines a light on maybe doing something with children. It would also be good for your own business, doing something entrepreneurial. You might be tempted to do something speculative. That's another possibility with the moon in the 5th house. And this full moon as well is very good for you, as I said earlier, doing something you enjoy. Focusing on enjoyment, focusing on getting enjoyment out of your life. What makes you tick? What makes you happy? To ask these questions, and particularly during this new moon. And it's a wonderful time for anybody in the entertainment business, anybody in music, in arts, in design. And that could be software design. It could be technical as well. It doesn't have to be all the arty-farty stuff. It could be technical creativity. Wonderful time for it around the 17th of the month. And then on the 22nd, we have the sun going out of your 11th house into your 12th house. Because Capricorns, we are in the build-up to your birthday time. Won't be far off before it's Capricorn birthday times. And so when the sun comes into the 12th house like this, it's a wonderful time for reflection. Reflecting on this last year, how you feel you've done, what you might have liked to have improved, what you feel you might have liked to change, and what you'd like from this year coming. What's important for the year to come. So it's reflecting, it's going inwards, it's a wonderful time for meditation, for some kind of spiritual focus in your life, so that when the sun does come into your first house, then you're all engines ready to go, and you're moving forward with a clarity of vision as to the direction you're moving in. All month we've got Mars in your 9th house, so wonderful month for learning, for studying, for sharing, for publishing, for writing, for reading, for communications, and also for travel. Now I do know we've got the Mercury retrograde for the first 10 days of the month, so maybe not the best time to book a trip for those first 10 days, but still, Mars there, it's a great time for planning that long distance trip, and also for connecting with people from different cultures, different places to yourself. And I have to say that because Venus is making a square aspect to Uranus for this month, you could suddenly meet somebody new, somebody different. And you could come in contact with, it could be a lover, it could be somebody totally different from a different race, religion, age, much older than you, much younger than you, and you could be lifelong friends. There could be a lifelong love or a friendship ignited during this month. So there you have it, Capricorns. I wish you a great month. Thank you to those of you who subscribe, who make comments, who give feedback and share. I really appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.